And now, it's time for another Dice Tower review with Tom Vasel.
Hey folks, I'm Tom Vasel, and today we're taking a look at a game called Mint Condition. Now, if there's one thing gamers want, it's they want to treat their games with respect. They don't want any nicks in them, they don't want people throwing them on the table, they don't want drinks spilled on them. That's what this game's about. This is a drafting game, and you're drafting conditions, danger cards for your collection, and you want to have the fewest points, because points of negativity or whatever they are can cause you to lose the game. So if you like keeping your board game collection nice and neat, this is certainly a theme you'll be interested in. If that doesn't interest you at all, it's still an interesting drafting game. Here's how it plays. The goal of Mint Condition is to get the fewest points. You have a deck of cards here, and what's going to happen at the beginning of each round, you're going to deal out a number of these danger cards to players based on the number of players. On a 2-player game, 13 cards each, and a 5-player game, 6 cards each. And then you're going to look at the card that you get in your hand, you're going to pick one, put it face down, reveal it, and then pass the cards to the next person. You keep going until the end of the round, and you'll score points for the cards that you've gotten. So, what are the cards in the set? We got Fine Wine. This one's just 2 points per card. Legacy Edition. Ripping your cards up. That's 4 points per card. That's kind of bad. Autograph. If you have 2 of them, 5 points. If you have 1, no, you're fine. Snack Fingers. If you have less than 2, you're fine. But if you have 2 or more, it's 3 points per card. Animal Kingdom. If you have a set of 3, 6 points. 1 or 2 animals is kind of cute and no points. Heavy Rotation. You get points per card, so 1, 2, 3. The more games used, the worse it is. But if you use it so much, then it's a beloved game. So if you have 4 heavy rotations, no points. Memories. So if you have less than 3, you get 7 points. If you have 3 exactly, no points. Sleeve Me Up gets rid of a card you've already played. Lost Pieces, you put down, and on a future turn, you can put it into your hand and take 2 cards instead. If you don't, you get 3 points. Be Careful. When you play this card, if you've played the most Be Careful cards, you get 0 points. If you played at least 1, you get 3 points. If you haven't played any at all, you get 5 points. And you can also play Smoking Kills, which gives you points, but also gives points to the people next to you. That's an optional card. You don't have to play with that. So there is a card overview here that tells you how many of each of the cards is in the deck, and then there's also a card that tells you what to do. You'll be passing in different directions per round. After 3 rounds, you add up the points, and whoever has the most points is the winner of the game. No! Whoever has the least points is the winner of the game. The artwork is, very parody artwork. The game's, everything's made to look like, this is called Snack Fingers, but I would say Cheeto Fingers. The card quality is very well done. It's nice. The symbology is easy. There is a variant you can play where each player, at the beginning of the game, you get one of these cards and it shows you your color/symbol. And cards that you get that have that symbol on them, it's right underneath the numbers there. So, for example, here you see the gold star. Those will be -1 point as you collect those over the course of the game. So here the green cube on this Memories one. The quality of the cards really well done. The rules are very simple. I like the reference cards. The whole thing is well put together. Okay, so that's the way the game is. It's a typical drafting game, except in this one, you're trying not to get points. Although there is a variant in the game, a masochistic variant, where you're just like, hey, give me as many points as possible. And actually, I think that makes the game slightly better. Right now, the game is fine. It's a simple drafting game. You draft cards. It's fun. I worry that the theme's a little inside baseball for people in the sense of, hey, do you want to keep your game collections nice and neat? Sure. Although the people who are very, meticulous about keeping their game collections neat probably aren't interested in a light drafting game. They're more interested in those bigger, heavier games. This game is kind of like a big inside joke, which I get, and many of you watching will get. But, if I take this to mom and dad who don't collect many board games, it won't make any sense to them. You kind of get the theme of keeping your stuff neat and organized, so I guess I can work for that. The drafting itself is okay. There's a few cards in there, like the just keeping my collection neat, or be careful card. If you get one of those, you should take it. There's no negative effects to taking those. While almost every other card, if you get too many, the idea is interesting. Like some cards, 1 or 2 is no points, 3 is a lot of points. Some cards, 1 or 2 is points, 3 or more isn't points. So I like that concept, but the be careful cards, if you get one, you draft it. Now there's also the card that lets you get rid of a card you have. Again, if you see that, you draft it. And that card you can't draft on the first turn of the game. But again, then if you're the second person to get it, take it. There's no reason to let someone else get it. And I found that kind of was a small stumbling block to me with the games. And like I said, the reverse part of the game, trying to get the most parts, works a little better, getting the most points. So I like that concept. I like the idea. The drafting's fine. It just felt a little wobbly because of that. I felt like it wasn't as straightforward as it could be. And so that mixed together, it's not necessarily a game I would recommend everyone get. Now, if you have this would be a funny gift for sure to somebody who is very, very anal about how they keep their collection. Well, yes, here you go. Take this one here. But and for a lot of people, the little things I mentioned probably won't bother them. And I didn't dislike it. It's a fun, entertaining game. I just felt that a couple cards were obviously better than the rest. Now, once those cards are taken, then the rest of the game is more interesting. All right, and certainly in this game, there's more hate drafting than normal, where I take a card so that not so much that you don't get that card, but I'll take a card so that you're forced to take this card, which will hurt you. That sort of thing I like a lot, and that's the best part of mint condition. Keep your games nice and clean, says this game. Check it out. See you next time. I'm Tom Vasel. Dice Tower Judgment, amusing but a little unpolished.
Thanks so much for watching another Dice Tower video. If you enjoy our videos, subscribe to the channel for more fun, comprehensive board game coverage. Also, consider joining us at one of our events. Come to Dice Tower Retreat, a small, intimate gathering where gaming is king. Join us for Dice Tower Cruise, the largest board game cruise. Attend Dice Tower West in Las Vegas for gaming fun on the West Coast, or Dice Tower East in Orlando, in sunny Florida. Dice Tower Conventions, the friendliest gaming conventions on Earth. I'm Eric Summerer, and you've been watching the Dice Tower.